thought I'd make a quick video about something I was working on yesterday and I'm going to be working on today, and that's moves where I'm going to change lead hands, but I'm kind of doing just 2 cracks of the Queensland crossover in one hand to change lead hands. So it's about like 4 moves I've been working on, and so I'll do each one individually and then I'll try to string them all together. So the first one is changing lead hands in something called the so they're breakaways, so we call them like staggered breakaways. So lead with the left like that, then do overhead flick, then I'm starting with the other hand. That's one. Another one I've been working on, changing lead hands, is it's part of a trick that I call the sun also rises, and on one side it looks like this. Kind of gets some nice sort of under the arm cracking right there. So then it took me years before I even thought, oh, maybe I should try to change lead hands with that and do that same thing on the other side. So you'll see I'll do it on one side, and then I'll just give a pop, pop, and that'll switch lead hands. So that now I got 2 more. These next 2 are the harder ones. So one of them is basically part of a Luke Fritz routine called Corkscrew. So on one side it looks like this. Then change lead hands. So in Corkscrew doesn't change lead hands, but Luke has another more difficult routine called Maelstrom that I made a video about last summer that does change lead hands. So that's sort of a simpler version of Maelstrom, if you want to call it that. That's it. And then the last one I was working on is basically, it's a lot like the breakaway, except one hand does a breakaway, but the other hand swings all the way around like that. And then it's a 1, 2, 3. So if you combine those together, kind of funky looking little rhythm. And so then I'll again change lead hands the same way, but just doing a pop, pop in one of my hands to change lead hands. So we'll start with like breakaways. Yeah, that one still needs a little bit of work, kind of nicked my wrist and nicked my hat a little bit. And what I would mention with that one is that if I had one more crack in there, I would name that routine Fool's Gold. There's a routine by Ben Hughes called Shoreline Gold, where those basic cracks are in it. There's a breakaway, and he's doing this crack right here. However, Ben's doing it, and he's not doing it in a staggered timing. He does it like in each way timing, which is a lot harder. So I'm doing it in staggered timing. So if I had one more crack in my transition to make it 3 cracks instead of just a 2, then I'm a little bit closer to Shoreline Gold, but not good enough to call it Shoreline Gold. So I changed the name to Fool's Gold. So here, I'll give the whole thing a try. That's how we do it. So Shoreline Gold, I guess, scored really high in competition, so maybe if some of you out there try to learn this thing I call Fool's Gold, you might be able to use it in Australian competition. There's 4 different moves. Now let's see if I can string them all together. So breakaway. Sun also rises. Corkscrew. Fool's gold. So just thought I'd give you guys some insights of what I'm working on this week. Thanks for watching.